Hey! Welcome to Beyond the Digital, darling.
A sneak peek behind the scenes at Beyond the Dawn.
Banter and all.
So get cozy, strap in, grab a brew, and enjoy.
I got it.
Hello!
Hello.
Sorry. There's going to be coughing throughout this podcast.
That's all right. I'll let it pass.
And occasionally I might sound like Kermit the Frog. And that's okay because we're real humans and that's what life really is. And we don't have to edit everything all the time. I have been poorly now for...
A while.
4 weeks.
Yeah.
No, it's longer. It was before A's birthday. It was the day before, it was the Wednesday, so it was the day before his birthday that I started to feel a bit, my throat was a bit sore. And that was the end of the month, and now we're another week in. It's easily 5 weeks, I reckon.
Yeah.
It's, anyway,
Crazy.
I'm not here to talk about
Crazy.
potential viral or bacterial infections.
All is well.
Yeah. We've all, over the last 5 weeks, re-established our medical degrees from the School of Grey's Anatomy, and we've spitballed many a theory about what it is that's invading my body and how I can expel it.
We will never know.
We will never know. At this point, we're ready for an exorcism, so it's fine. But I wanted to talk to you guys today about something that's quite topical and a bit trendy, but also it comes with a bit of a disclaimer because there's going to be a lot of really adult and disturbing themes.
Yeah.
But it's something that's affecting everything in media. It's something that's starting to affect the economy. And I just think, unfortunately, it's one of those things that you can shy away from talking about, but in our industry, with our clients, especially with our US clients, it's not something that we should be shying away about. So I'm going to talk to you about P-Diddy.
It shocks me. I'm blown away by it, honestly.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I'll be honest, I've not seen much of it. What I've learned is from you, Dawn.
I know.
But that's because I've not been on social that much personally, other than work. So I feel like I've missed a lot of it. But you keep us updated.
I can't help myself because it starts with this is delicious gossip. And I do. I'm a flawed human being. I want to know what people are talking about. I know so much of it is absolute rubbish, but I like to have my finger on the button of what people are chatting about, what content is out there and what people are consuming, because it does make a difference. It makes a difference to the way people behave. It makes a difference to the way people buy. It makes a difference to the way people are consuming content, what content they're creating. I mean, just to give you a very quick kind of overview before we get into the details of the deep. Oh God, details
into Diddy.
Oh no, I've been watching. I've forgotten what her name is. Jaguar, and she calls him the Diddler, like he is
The Diddler.
the Diddler, like he's a Batman villain. And honestly, that's all I can. That's what I think of him now. The Diddler. And
I mean, it matches up, doesn't it?
It does. But yeah, before we get into the deep details of the Diddler,
what a word.
I know. There are quite a lot of conspiracy theorists that also believe that this is a distraction technique, a worldwide, global distraction technique because of so many other things going on in the world. And I'm just going to give you a quick list of them because honestly, as an elder millennial, I'm so numb to these things now. When I speak to my mum about these things, she's like, I just don't know what happened to the world. Life was so much simpler years ago. But here's just a couple of things that people believe that the Puff Daddy controversy is hiding and being used as a distraction so that we don't look at. So the first thing is all of the board members, CEOs and shareholders of a company called 23andMe up and quit their jobs on the day that Puff Daddy was arrested. Now, 23andMe is a company where you send a DNA profile, like a hair or a swab, and they will tell you everything that you need to know about your DNA profile, like the origins of your ancestors It's become quite trendy for you to know.
has,
a bit
yeah.
like Ancestry.
Yeah, it is.
Where you can pay a price to get
Yeah,
deeper into your DNA.
Yeah.
right. In the age of 2024, somebody else actually legally owning a copy of your DNA is actually a bit of a big deal.
Oh, wow.
And as of a certain length of time, there were some restrictions in what they could do with that DNA.
Mhm.
And apparently the company being public allowed for those restrictions and things to stay in place. And the person who's now in ultimate charge of 23andMe has decided to make it private, which means that DNA profile and the ownership of those DNA profiles, well, there's many, many awful things I don't even want to go into because that's another old podcast episode.
It's a whole different line, isn't it, to go down?
Yeah. Imagine being able to make a poison that only works for one specific person on the earth and then distributing it into the water so that it's almost not measurable who released it, and the one person that you're trying to assassinate gets assassinated by drinking a cup of tea that morning. Like, I'm not even, I could go way down this rabbit hole, but let's not, because it's awful.
Yeah.
And they might not do anything dodgy with it, but the fact that everybody up and left is a big deal. So that's one of the things that people aren't really digging in as much as they would do if Puff Daddy wasn't all over TikTok and everywhere else. The other thing is as well that there was a very big secret meeting for the high-ups in the US government to do with a object, I'm not sure what the right word is, an object that they found on one of the telescopes. It is a living object of some degree that is hurtling towards our planet, and was enough for there to be a closed door confidential US meeting, which a lot of people think obviously is the proof of aliens on their way to Earth. And one of the videos that I saw with talking about this, the gentleman that was talking about it was saying that basically, as far as he's concerned, this is proof that aliens are on their way, and that it looks like a living city. And that they should be here by 2030, and that we probably only have until 2030.
Interesting.
Fair enough.
So obviously, like, oh, Puff Daddy is, hiding away this thing that we're about to get Mars attacked in 2030. So,
Crazy.
I mean, I'm a really bad person for these kinds of things because I do worry about them. Like, I just cannot not take them on. But yeah, that's one of the things that we're apparently being distracted from. Another thing is that we're due to have a period of time where we will have 2 moons.
Oh.
Okay. So I'm not quite sure. I probably should have brushed up on this, but it's just an anecdote. That's another thing that people aren't looking into in regards of because people are looking at P-Diddy. And of course, I don't know whether you know, but there's a rather important general election happening at the moment in the US. And of course, they're using this as another reason as to why people perhaps are not digging as deep into the campaigns and being distracted. And they're very much trying to bring Kamala Harris into the forefront of the reason for this, because she was leading the polls before P-Diddy was arrested. And also she currently is in a position within the government, whereas of course Trump isn't. So there's all that going on, and I don't know what to believe, and I don't think we should even attempt to give any accuracy within this podcast. I think you're just going to have to take this one as weird gossip, thoughts and opinions. Nothing we say will be held liable in court because we don't know. Okay?
We have no idea.
Not that I think anybody would bother with that, but just to be absolutely bloody clear. So what they're saying basically about P-Diddy is that he and a underground network of musicians and executive producers and really Hollywood.
The whole of Hollywood,
really, have been engaging in racketeering, murder, sex trafficking, and lots of unsavoury, horrible things. And what I think is really weird is I'm obviously from the generation that was around and really offended when Tupac was murdered. You know, we were still kids, but we were kids that were old enough to understand the
what
music.
happened,
Like we knew what was hot in the charts right now. We knew what was out. And when Tupac was killed, it was massive, absolutely massive. And yeah, it was just one of those things that we kind of just assumed everybody knew who'd done it.
Yeah.
And that they couldn't get them on it, and that it was all gang related and all the rest of it. Now they're saying that Puff Daddy had a very, very direct connection into the fact that he was actually the person who ordered and paid for the assassination of Tupac.
It's crazy. It's just a lot, isn't it?
Bonkers,
like
isn't it?
the amount that's come out
In 2024. So then, of course, Puff Daddy had an association with Biggie, who was his mate, and Biggie was murdered on the back of Tupac being murdered. So then Puff Daddy inadvertently got his best mate killed and then took his wife and made a song about that. Like,
Weird.
what?
Yeah.
And now they're saying that Faith Evans was in love with Tupac and was paid by Puff Daddy to go with Biggie and marry Biggie. Like, who knows if this is true, but oh my gosh.
It's like, we don't know what's true, but what we're hearing, it's like
crazy. So that's one of the things. 1,000 bottles of baby oil was taken from his mansion.
I have seen this.
I have not seen this.
I've seen the memes. I've seen the funny side of that.
I saw an excellent TikTok, which is awful, right? It's awful, but I think sometimes we do need a bit of comedy with these things to kind of get through it. There was a guy pretending to be one of the execs at Johnson & Johnson.
Yeah, I've seen
Have you seen that video? And he's like, what? Yeah, you're all just fine. What, you've been arrested, Puff Daddy?
Yeah.
Like, oh no, this is us going under.
Pictures of him like sleeping in his car.
Because Puff Daddy's gone under. He's solely responsible for 90% of baby oil sales globally. But I don't know whether this is true either, but now the rounds on TikTok are suggesting that baby oil has been tested and it is not pure baby oil from Johnson & Johnson. It is actually baby oil that has been spiked with GBH.
Wow. Jeez.
So, you know, something as innocent as would you like a massage could then have turned into...
Yeah, something bad.
Yeah. Which, you know...
Wild.
That's awful. Wild. So the main kind of focus is that there's been multiple people who have passed away that have been helpful to Puff Daddy and friends of Puff Daddy in terms of them being able to maintain their status. So all of those people that have just kind of like coincidentally passed away at the exact right moment with the exact same thing. Everybody seems to get pneumonia and just, you know... young, healthy people just passing away from pneumonia. So they're looking at all of these people, one of which is Puff Daddy's baby mum, Kim, who may or may not have written a book. Nobody can decide on the legitimacy of this book. Lots of people say that she did and it exposes Puff Daddy. A lot of people say that she didn't and it's been made up. And, you know, this is it's going to be really difficult to find out what the truth is with this. But they're even thinking of people like, it's gone deeper because Puff Daddy's main mentor, Clive Davis, I think his name is, he was the one that looked after Whitney Houston. So they're saying that Whitney Houston was murdered. They're saying that her daughter, Bobby, was murdered. They're saying that Michael Jackson was murdered because he also had some sort of dealings with all of this. Obviously, this Kim that is Puff Daddy's kid's mom, a mistress of Jay-Z who was pregnant and had threatened to go public. Even a liar, the plane crash, you guys are too young, you might not know who I'm on about, but the plane crash of this wonderful, talented young girl is meant to have also been Puff Daddy so that she could move out of the way for Beyonce. And it's gone absolutely insane. And then there's another angle to it. Sorry, I'm on full mode now.
It's all right.
In the fact that Usher was taken by Puff Daddy as a mentor and potentially groomed and God knows what else. Yeah. And then Usher was the person who was trusted to be Justin Bieber's legal guardian. because Justin Bieber was a young kid, very, very talented, but he's Canadian.
Mm-hmm.
So for him to have the representation in the US, he needed to have a legal guardian in the country.
Yeah.
So Usher was that. And for some unknown reason, gave Puff Daddy legal guardianship for 48 hours. And then Justin Bieber, they're saying he was never the same. Whatever happened to him in those 48 hours was very much what then led into him being sucked into that world and the drug addiction and the mental health issues and everything else.
Yeah.
There is a awful audio recording on TikTok of a man who, and I don't know whether AI is doing some of this.
That's it. AI
is there's a lot of AI that I've seen that isn't right.
Because they've made a song from Justin Bieber that he's never made.
Yeah. That's
it got one of you guys showed it.
In
the group, didn't it?
I found it on Instagram.
Yeah, and it said something about,
Like a Puff Daddy
party. And it's not him. He's never made it. It's not real. But there is an audio recording that sounds, and it's very disturbing when you hear it. And it basically sounds like Puff Daddy having sex with another man and demanding that this other man doesn't try and run away. And he says something like, the kind of man I am before you got here, or something like that. And there's a lot of, I don't mean to laugh, but it's uncomfortable. There's a lot of slapping in the background. So you know what it's meant to sound like. And it's just, it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. And it's not going to stop. The feds have indicted him now. I think it's 5 cases. They had 50 people come forward. Now it's 120. And that it could be more than that because it's a couple of days since I last looked at it. But it is absolutely bonkers.
That is crazy.
And this Jaguar lady, she seems to know everything about everything. I mean, I don't know the legitimacy of all of the claims, but she sits down on a blue couch very similar to ours, and she just seems to dig up everybody's dirt. Like, this woman seems to know everything. And she also said that Bruno Mars is so deep in this racketeering kind of Hollywood mafia, like dark underbelly. He's something like £58 billion or £1 million in debt because of cocaine and gambling.
Jeez.
And she made this joke, and I couldn't help but laugh. She was like, he's going to be doing shows in the afterlife to pay that off. And then she started talking about Frank Sinatra, and we do know that there was a mafia and a Hollywood underbelly all that time ago with Frank Sinatra and Elvis. And like, at what point did we get confirmation that had ended? And I don't think we ever did.
Has this been going on for? Like, has it just been passed?
It would, like, when you watch this like Netflix documentaries out there already, and it gets passed down and passed down, like the responsibility gets moved on to somebody else.
Yeah, so it just never ends.
That gets shifted and things get smoothed, doesn't it?
And you know what it made me think about? It made me think, I mean, I actually don't think it's hit the UK to the same degree.
No.
So I was thinking Amy Winehouse, probably not. But then you think of like Marilyn Monroe. We know that Marilyn Monroe's passing was not, it wasn't like, oh yeah, that's a definite situation. They know and have never fully released their findings on that. Like, some people think it was suicide, some people think it was an overdose, some people think it was murder. But does it go back that far?
There is a chance of it, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Like, there's no way of us knowing.
There's no way. The thing that I didn't like was there was some connotations in the information that some of the artists had actually sacrificed family members. So like, or that they had lost people close to them because that was part of the blackmail. Like, I've done in your sister, and that's a warning to you to keep your mouth shut, kind of thing. And I don't know. God knows. Like, there's no way to know how true any of these things are. But it's really dark.
Yeah.
And as awful as it is, there was reports of some of these minors, these girls that are being drugged at these freak-off parties, which has been a lot of what the kind of publicity has been about. They've found girls as young as 9 that were at these parties.
It's disturbing.
Yeah,
so we're not just talking about somebody under 21 in the US. Like, we're not talking about a 19-year-old girl who's not really supposed to be having a vodka. You know,
like
we're talking about
real minors.
serious and actual real minors.
Yeah.
And like Rihanna, they were talking about Rihanna. Rihanna was 17, but again, she's from the Caribbean. They needed to have legal guardianship of her before she came over. Death Row Records needed somebody to legally be responsible. And apparently, and again, don't know the legitimacy of these claims, but apparently she had this great support team that was put together by her and her family in the Caribbean. She was given guardianship, she was given the record agreement, and then every single person on her team was fired and replaced. So all of those people that had been sent over and picked by her family to keep her safe no longer existed. And I saw this amazing video, and this is the truth because it's a video of Rihanna. And she basically said that Jay-Z took her to a hotel room, and Jay-Z said to her, there's only 2 ways out of this room. You sign this record deal or you go out the window, and we're on the 29th floor.
Yeah, so she had no choice. There was no choice.
There was no choice.
And that was at like 3 a.m, right?
Right.
It was like in the middle of the night.
What is a minor doing in a hotel room with Jay-Z at 3 a.m? Why is that not in a well-lit boardroom at 10 a.m. with a cup of coffee and biscuits?
Like, I think she said that in an interview one time, right? And it was just like, oh, okay. Looked over it. No.
I think
Nobody
what's
questioned it.
crazy good is looking back now at all of the information that people have given in plain sight.
And it's just not been taken.
No, because everybody's just kind of like, oh, you know, it must be crazy in rock and roll.
Yeah, they've all just like brushed it under the carpet.
Yeah, it is crazy in rock and roll, but in a really dodgy way.
Yeah.
So that's what's going on. And it is only going to get worse. And it is a distraction. And it is changing the way people consume content. And it is also making a difference to the economy. So it's something that, you know, affects everybody.
It does, definitely. Even that we're so far away, but it'll affect all the UK as well.
It's affecting the UK. It's going to affect the music industry in a really big way.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so funny how many people have been talking like their Spotify, they can't use their Spotify because every time they try to listen to some music, like a song from the early 2000s comes on and they're
like it's not, it
don't
doesn't
feel
feel
the
the same
same way.
now.
it's not the same, can't listen to this no more. And they're like, people are analysing the lyrics of songs like brutally. Oh, Jennifer Lopez, they're going after Jennifer Lopez.
Oh, wow.
Because they said that she had gun residue on her hands from a shooting that happened in a club when she was dating P-Diddy. And also they're saying that the reason her and Ben Affleck have got filed for divorce is because she knew that his house, P-Diddy's house, was being raided and that some stuff was going to come out about her. Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis apparently have broken up. She's moved out of the house because there's video evidence of him being at freak-out parties. It's crazy.
Yeah,
it goes so far.
So deep.
Like, where's it going to end?
And I think we would be remiss if we didn't mention Lewis's favourite person on the earth.
Eminem.
Slim Shady, who just found out this weekend he's going to be a grandpa.
Oh,
Congrats.
didn't know about.
Because, of course, he listens to our podcast.
Yeah,
of course.
Congrats,
shout out.
Mr. Mathers. He has been really quite bold in his rejection of P. Diddy, and he's always been, I would say, openly controversial when it comes to certain people in the music industry, but this year especially, or recently at least, he's put out some music that really goes.
Yeah, that's what I've seen that. Eminem was the only person that had the balls to out him.
Yeah,
and 50 Cent.
And, yeah,
the whole
not bothered
time.
about the consequences of it.
So I saw, first of all, just to give Eminem praise where praise is due, he made a song, and in the song he spelled out rapper, but he spelled it wrong.
P-Diddy.
And he said, wait, he didn't just spell rapper and miss out a P, did he? Because obviously it spells raper.
Yeah.
And I was just like, the genius of
clever.
that. He's so clever.
Yeah.
And of course, that was released at a time where I don't think he'd been arrested yet. I don't think P. Diddy. So Eminem was like, so cleverly, it's almost like he knew that it was going to blow up. Like, he just knew any day now that guy's getting arrested, so it's time to say the thing. I don't know. I just think that's really good. But this is the thing that gets me. This is the thing that really gets me. 50 Cent apparently has bankrolled his own and has been making a documentary on this situation for years and years and years, and he's just been sat on all this footage and interviews, and it's been like a side hustle project that he's had in his pocket for years.
Like in secret.
Well,
I think kind of
secret in plain sight. I don't think he's actually been that secret about it.
Have I read something right that Netflix has bought something?
Apparently Netflix has bought it.
That's not a surprise.
So 50 Cent has been like, no one will listen to us. This guy is dodgy. If no one's going to listen, I'm just going to get all of this footage and there's going to be a big payday for me. And today's the payday. And I also saw something somewhere and it was like, oh, Eminem and 50 Cent, they're so pure. Like, you know, they're rough guys, but they are honest and pure. And somebody else who's in 50 Cent's camp was like, nah, they just want to be the ones that run it. Like, they're waiting for Jay-Z to go down. They're waiting for P-Diddy to go down because they knew that it was going to happen once they got R. Kelly, apparently. Apparently that was a big part. Epstein, R. Kelly.
Thing that I've seen about P-Diddy and R. Kelly in prison together.
Well, I mean, they both like the same kind of parties. They might enjoy themselves if they put them in the same cell. Freaky, horrible stuff, but they both were into it, so whatever. I saw this really funny video from 50 Cent, and it was somebody from Puff Daddy's team trying to basically get him involved. And apparently this guy came up to him and was like, yeah, I'll take you shopping. And 50 Cent was like, you can take me shopping? Like, you big dude. Obviously the words that rappers use about each other are not, you know. And he's like, this big dude's gonna take me shopping? Like, I'm the bitch, you know. Like, and it was so funny. And he was just like, nah, you're not taking me shopping. Like thanks, Diddy, but nah, you're not taking me like some mistress, you know, pretty woman kind of thing. And I do think that this is going to be one of those situations where lots of again, it's like the Jimmy Savile thing. Lots of people know about it. Nobody believes that they'll be believed. Everybody thinks that they've got one individual story, and it's only when it comes out and everybody talks and communicates to each other that actually this stuff is. And this is why I think open communication, sometimes in Britain we're like, ooh, you know, stiff upper lip, you know, you don't really talk about these things. It's shameful. I think sometimes this is where we go wrong. Because if enough people had spoken to enough people and felt like they could overturn it, this would have come out a lot sooner.
Whereas people thought they were alone. So.
They also thought that they probably, with an army of 1,000 people, they still wouldn't be able to get close enough to the devil, right? But the feds have been watching, and this was something, and I'll end on this because I know that we're getting close to time, but I thought this was interesting for us to know in terms of legal justice. In America, a state case, you're arrested and then they build the case up against you after you've been arrested. So they get enough evidence to think that you might warrant investigation and then they come and get you. The feds don't do that. The feds have got a 96% conviction rate. So what they do is they will sit quietly and watch you commit horrendous crimes until they know they've got enough on you that it's practically gospel. And then they'll come after you. And usually they do it very strategically, and that's why a lot of people think that Jay-Z will be the next one to be arrested, because they actually don't think Puff Daddy is the mastermind behind it all. They think he's just the second chain in command, the second chink in command of the chain. So who knows what will happen now?
We will see.
But the world of online content this week, actually the last few weeks, absolutely bonkers. Bonkers. Crazy.
It is.
So thanks for letting me tell you all of the random theories. It's probably not all.
I enjoy it.
Oh, thank you. I enjoy having these conversations.
It is.
This is, for anybody who is listening, this is what it's like for the first hour and a half of any morning. Because I just come in and I'm like, right, team, story time.
This is what I found like you come in. I went down a rabbit hole last night.
And we're like, okay then.
Okay,
we're ready. Let's get a brew.
Sit down and listen.
I know. We need like a little carpet in the corner. We can all sit together like it's at primary school. Story time. Yeah, so I don't know, but the whole world's gone bonkers. And between the 2 moons, the aliens coming for us, Puff Daddy getting people high on baby oil, secret tunnels to Hugh Hefner's house and everything else. I'm just not sure, like, no wonder everyone is a bit unhinged right now.
Yeah, it's not a surprise, is it?
I don't know. Some people believe that we created soul contracts for our human experience, and I'm not sure how I feel about that. Slightly too far into the area of woo for me to be really comfortable, but I do understand why some people would believe that. Us all being source energy and stuff, and you know, believing in another version of us. But like, if that's true, what were we thinking when we looked at this timeline of human experience and went, I know, I want to live during a global pandemic. I'd quite like a couple of recessions in there. How about some more wars? Because there haven't been enough of them. They haven't been proven to be the worst thing ever for humanity. So we'll witness a few more of them. We'll give Cheese What's It an opportunity to be president, and we'll watch the most horrendous crimes of humanity from a group of people that we've idolized all the way through our childhood as being these amazingly talented, creative, open people. Like, if I did sign a soul contract for this timeline, I must have come from a really boring, content place and been like, I need some action in my life, because it just never stops.
No.
2 moons, aliens.
So crazy.
Crazy doesn't cover it. We need a new word.
Yeah.
We need a new word.
I have to think about them.
So I'm not sure that helps anybody this week.
I don't know, but it's good fun to listen to.
It's nice, good to listen to.
Maybe the overriding theme of this is, if you're feeling like everything's just a bit too much, you're right. You're not alone.
You're not on your own.
No.
You're not alone. We're all feeling it, because there are no words for some of this. No words.
It really isn't.
So
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You.
And we'll see you next time.
See you next time.
Bye.
Thank you for listening. Don't forget to follow our socials.
Join our free group and let us know what you'd like to hear about in the future.
Join us next time.
Love you. Bye.